Got my beer open and only one bloody knuckle.
So what's the DC equivalent of Ghost Rider?
Alright, for lack of a better term, honestly I think the closest equivalent is probably Lobo.
He's more of a parallel versus a...
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is like, I don't think there is a true equivalent. So you got characters like Constantine and
Etrigan.
Etrigan, sure. Etrigan's not a bad equivalent. I can see where you would go with that one anyway.
There's also Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate's a little bit too goody.
I mean, he's willing to let people... Yeah, good is a weird thing with Dr. Fate. He literally just isn't really... True, he's on the side of order, but if it's not pertaining to, like, oh yeah, if it doesn't proceed to the balance of chaos and order, I'm just gonna leave shit alone.
Well, so that kind of thing is like G-Riders are really falling, you know, fucking balance kind of thing. If anything, like G-Riders fucking, he's trying to fucking just make his own way through life kind of deal. That's why I kind of like, I'd offer up Lobo first, just because the fact like, you know, he has closer elements to a biker and the whole nine, and he's also seen fucking like, you know, just trying to make his way through life 90% of the time, and he has overwhelming power. But there's no check on Lobo. That's kind of where it kind of falls apart. He's like,
yeah, because like with Spawn, he is an angel with because when I say like equivalent, like at least not a one-for-one story, but at least something similar. Because the Hellspawn in itself was an angel sent down to hell, was tortured, and then and from there.
Well, like, I'm not as familiar with DC, and that's where it's kind of all falls apart. It's like, I know of DC characters. Like, I know Swamp Thing, I know Superman, I know Batman, I know, like, a handful of other characters like Constantine, kind of thing like that. And, like, when you start getting into, like, main DC lore, it's like, honestly, you're talking to the wrong nerd, unfortunately.
Yeah, because it's one of those, like, is there an equivalent? Because...
Well, like, my first, like, knee-jerk response is no, there's not an equivalent. But I'm sure if you dug hard enough, I'm sure you could find someone who's similar.
Yeah, because, like, Superman and Captain America, they're both Boy Scouts. The Iron Man and Batman are eccentric billionaires with a lot of toys to work with.
Right, but they come from different angles too. I mean, it's like, you know, Iron Man fucking has to deal with his own fucking alcoholism, succumbing to his own fucking like demons kind of thing. Where Batman is like, he's tried and true and blue kind of thing. It's like, you know, not only is he 100% sure of what he's doing, but he's 100% sure on the direction he's going.
Right.
So that's why it's like, even like the Iron Man to Batman parallels are kind of iffy at best.
I'd say like it's somewhere in between Batman and Lex Luthor when it comes to Iron Man.
Yeah. I can kind of see that.
Yeah, it's like it like because Iron Man's the mid between the two of them. Versus like, oh yeah, I'm outright just this one this equal thing, but like, you know, if you're talking about Boy Scouts accordingly, that's Superman and Captain America. They're both Boy Scouts, but at least Superman, like Superman's more cut and dry versus Captain America, who's more lenient towards whatever, as long as he understands it.
Well, I guess another like response too is like you'd argue fucking like Superman is more like toned towards like universal threat, whereas like Captain America is like more toned for world threats.
Yeah, that makes more sense there, but in the way they do Supes is like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be the buy all, keep all, I can do everything. Like, yes, right, we know.
How many times has he policed other fucking galaxies?
Too many times.
See my point. And even Captain America, he runs around in fucking like Russia, Germany, Europe, fucking he's a fucking global hopper as is. But you know what he hasn't been too often too?
Space!
So, that's kind of where I kind of put the contradiction there. It's like, Superman's just the galactic version of basically Captain America. And there's many, many differences. You can break this down 100 different ways. But, like, that's just a layman's broad brush stroke kind of thing. It's like, Superman deals with galactic shit, Captain America deals with fucking global shit.
Hell, the better verses of the... What's that? For Wonder Woman is actually Thor, because they're both in their own right, gods in their own pantheon. Yeah, they're both gods in their pantheon in literally in equal right. Like, yeah, that one's a better parallel, surprisingly.
Yeah, no, 100%. See that? Like, no even argue on that one, because like, it tackles both the supernatural and F-roll and the whole nine. There's gods involved, there's humans involved. It's like, it's fair across both fences.
Yeah, because like with Batman, you gotta do a big brain thing, because eccentric billionaires who basically can use their money to do whatever. You can do that with Tony Stark as well as like Luthor.
Yeah. But, again, that's the kind of thing. It's like, are we talking parallels in their status, or are we talking parallels in their ideology? Which are two different ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, because with Ghost Rider proper, let me be clear, Ghost Rider proper. Yeah, I see you over there. Yeah, I'm looking at Robbie's. I say Ghost Rider proper, like he just looks up in the corner sad. Like turn around, face the corner. But yeah, and then Spawn, it's a bit parallels of both ends of that, which is weird.
And that goes into Dark Horse, yeah.
Yeah, because Dark Horse, they do their own thing. Because they're parallels of the both ends of their ideology. That's
another parallel too, fucking that kind of comes across. Not as often, but it does come across. Is Hellboy.
Yeah, Hellboy is also Dark Horse.
I am aware. But, a being that looks like a monster that's trying to do right.
That is Hulk. Sometimes.
Agreed, but...
Etrigan, sometimes as well, yeah.
Well, it depends on which personality is in charge.
Exactly.
Let's fight!
But my point for this one being is like that is both Hellboy and that is both Ghost Rider. Now, granted, both of them fucked him up, which is probably why fucking Hellboy is so popular and G-Rider has a fan base it does. Is because of the fact they do fuck it up. It's like, they're kind of like the Ash Williams of the fucking horrorverse, basically.
Right.
It's like, I'm trying to do the right thing, but I don't know what that means half the time.
There's a thin line between good and evil.
Well, it's more like there's a thin line between evil and ignorance.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wonder what dust kind of follows underneath some of these days. Mister, I'm just gonna cause problems because, yes.
You act like I'm just going about town, fucking just trying to fucking wreck shit. A lot of times I just want a beer, and I'm just happy.
Oh, I'm sorry, this is a dry county, Doc. They close on Sundays.
The fuck you said?
And there it is. Today in other news, this jack-o'-lantern wearing biker broke into a bar today, started wrecking shit accordingly.
That's not even a bar!
Hey man, this is a dry state, man. Bars are closed on Sundays.
No. It's not even a bar.
No. Just see tears of blood coming out of Dustin's jack-o'-lantern. Like, I don't even think he had blood. This man is pissed.
I doesn't hit flash, it's fine. Why can't I hit flash?
God, let it be one of those times his hip flask gets dry and he just wants a refill. This man gonna be uber pissed. My God, Doss, you're blind, stinking sober. But anyway, Oh right, I do remember Ghost Rider did fight against a jack-o'-lantern wearing guy.
Yeah, that was Jacko.
Yeah, it was just hilarious. Like, I can kind of see this how DOS meeting Ghost Rider, but I don't see it how it turning out like this.
Well, Jacko's a complicated story, for lack of a better term. So, like, he was the son of a sheriff who liked to raise hell, who went to hell, and then got revived when Satan came to... Or, no, not Satan, excuse me. Mephisto. When Mephisto came to Earth and shattered into 99 shards... Or, no, actually, no. I take that back. It wasn't 99. It was 666 shards. Because of course it was.
Of course it was.
Shattered into 666 shards, and one of those shards fell on Jack-o'-lantern's body, and he revived Jack-o'-lantern's body even though he was dead. But all the other crystals who hit normal people, they just fucking took them over, so that's not really explained very well.
It really wasn't. I was just kind of weirdly concerned, like, why is this a thing? How is this a thing? Why is Ghost Rider fighting a jack-o'-lantern? DOS, how did you make it into the Marvel Universe? I don't know. I didn't do it.
So, yeah, that's the short version of that.
And the Spice Girl's in the chat. Cause she saw... Yeah. Yeah, there was a cat in one of the backgrounds just wandering around doing cat things.
Sorry, we're talking about weird fucking Marvel things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, so like, Jack-o'-lantern raised hell in the town that he was buried in, which I don't understand why you'd even fucking bury him in this town, but anyway, whatever. Sure.
Seriously, bury him in an unmarked grave in the middle of fucking nowhere. The end.
But he came back, fucking started raising hell, and then fucking went to go visit his whole dad, who was a fucking police commissioner. And it's like, he brought an army of zombies with him because he thought it would be funny to overwhelm his own family with fucking zombies.
Oh, great.
This is all fucking canon, by the way.
It is. How many times do zombies end up coming to play in 616 Marvel?
So anyway...
I love how you didn't answer me.
So anyway, and then like... It's not the dad that answers the door, it's Johnny in the Ghost Rider form, and you have to actually kind of make the distinction because there's Ghost Rider proper, and there's Johnny in the Ghost Rider form, because that's two different entities.
Doesn't Johnny in the Ghost Rider form, isn't that Flame Blue or some shit?
No, that's Danny Ketch.
No.
Danny Ketch is Blue Ghost Rider. Johnny Blaze is Orange Ghost Rider.
Well, because I thought, like, when if he's in control of the thing... Well,
no, not how that one works. At least in the Marvel comics.
I wasn't sure.
No, that's what I'm telling you.
That's why I asked.
Yeah. So, yeah, Danny Ketch is Blue Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze is Orange Ghost Rider. Although it's supposed to be the same spirit of vengeance, although I'm not getting into that.
It probably did. I want to say it depends on the person's will or something. I don't know. It's not.
No, it's just something they added later, for lack of a better term. Because originally, like, there was the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, and then he became the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider because the rider followed the bloodline, even though that they were estranged brothers and didn't know each other.
So basically, he got it by proxy. Gotcha.
Right, and then Danny Ketch Ghost Rider was originally an Orange Ghost Rider up until the point where he got tricked by a servant of God who went bad and became the Blue Ghost Rider, and so thus the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider is now the Blue Ghost Rider.
So essentially, Fallen Angel Ghost Rider. I'm trying to put 2 and 2 to make 4 here, man.
Dude, this is Marvel Comics. This is like 2 and 2 never made 4.
2 to make 69 for whatever reason. Marvel Comics.
So like when Danny Ketch got tricked by the Fallen Angel, he became the Purification Ghost Rider, for lack of a better term. Which he was the only being that could basically negate a Ghost Rider, and this is when the War of the Ghost Riders happened.
Okay.
And if you kill a Ghost Rider, then it just moves to the next, like, suitable host for a rider. And so ergo, the writer is reborn.
I'm back, bitch! Yeah! But Danny catches the...
work
if Danny does the thing.
Danny Ketch sucks the soul out of the fucking host, then the writer is theoretically destroyed.
But he can basically just destroy the... not the host, the actual,
the writer.
The writer, yeah, so he can basically just get rid of the writer entity and save the host. So he's literally the, I can stop your bullshit but not hurt the person.
Right, but then there's a catch to it too, because, like, again, like, it was a lying angel, so, like, he wasn't trying to, like, save heaven, he was trying to fucking damn all of Earth at the same time.
Okay, so it was a fallen angel that basically screwed him at to do a thing.
So, like, and then Danny catches on to this, and like, oh, well, this isn't what we agreed to. It's like, I don't care what we agreed to.
Oh, what, we didn't agree to this? Oh, well, that's unfortunate for you.
So then Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch fight up against this. He's not really a fallen angel, because fallen angel implies something else, but a misguided angel is the best phrasing I'm going to go with this.
Yes. The phrasing he's choosing to go with, sure.
I mean, fallen angel implies something else. I'm just going with that.
What, in Marvel Universe? Or just in general?
In general. Like, a fallen angel implies a fall from grace kind of thing. And technically, this is not what happened in the story. It was a misguided angel who was basically taking a war on humanity.
That's still an angel falling from its grace.
Right, but not in the canonization of Marvel.
Well, Marvel, when they do a thing in its own canon, they like to do a thing in its own canon. They tried to literally...
But that's not what they did. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, they tried to hammer home of them trying to own the actual rights to Thor. Not Thor in the actual sense of their character, Thor as in the entirety of the Norse mythology that revolves around it.
There's a lot of things that Marvel does that I don't particularly agree with. Mostly just like... shit like the Spider-Man argument not too long ago.
How there's a lot of spider people across the world, not just Peter Parker up in New York.
No, actually, this was actually a real life thing. Fucking when the contract came up to renegotiate terms about Spider-Man, that argument. And they're like, oh, well, we don't think Spider-Man's that key of a figure. And then fucking Sony's like, fuck you.
Sony went, fuck you, and your bullshit.
And even the fucking daughter of Stan Lee fucking came out of the woodworks is like, no, fucking Disney said, Disney fucking offered a low fucking ball offer. It was like, fuck them.
Yeah, if Disney's willing to shell out the more money to do the thing, I say go for it.
Right, but that wasn't what they originally did. And I'd argue they only... Oh shit, yeah, similar plot.
Say what?
There was similar plot between fucking...
Kukri and Antonov. It's something we've already seen before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I didn't care.
Okay. There, but yeah, now fucking... That's why I was getting into that. I was like, no, like... again, it's like... We're talking fallen in the regards of, like, the Marvel canon, and, like, fallen in the regards of, like, even the more neutral canon, which is the IRL canon.
Yeah, the MCU.
Which I'm not getting into a biblical debate about. This is not what I'm trying to get to, but it's, like, just the standard canonization of a fallen angel.
Yeah, because, like, when...
someone who is cast down by God, which is not what they said in the Marvel comic. That is all I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it's not really the same thing.
Okay. I guess. Because, like, because when I hear fallen angel, because even in DC they did, like, oh yeah, this person's a fallen angel, and they're doing literally all the bad things.
Right.
All the horrible things to, towards humanity and rejecting God and all that stuff. It's like, cause like, oh yeah, that's, typical one-for-one fallen angel lore and blah, blah, blah. That's usually what kind of write it off as. But then, like, you gotta be real with Marvel, you gotta be real nitpicky about what the fuck is going on here.
Alright, for simple example, just like cross-examination here. This is what I'm going with. So there are 2 incidents I can think of fallen angels.
Okay.
And granted, they are 2 from like completely different sources, but at least they make sense canonically to me. So like you have the first one, which is the biblical story of Lucifer. An angel cast out of heaven by God. Kind of
yeah. Ages. The tale is old as time. Yeah.
I'm just leaving it there. As far as this biblical information stuff goes, that's all the qualifications I'm fucking going with here. An angel cast out of heaven by God.
Yes.
Then we go to the second iteration of my canonization of what qualifies someone to be basically like, oh, a fallen angel is supernatural. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because a very specific season, I think it's season 10 or so, all the angels were cast out of heaven by a spell.
See, now that's different. That is different.
Right. Well, see, here's my argument, though. They all fell to earth. So, ergo, they're all fallen angels.
Like, that one makes... That one's a... Okay, that's two... If they were forced out of heaven by something else other than God, then that's... Technically, they are a fallen angel, but not fallen angel by the same sort of title, right?
Right, and that's kind of what I'm getting at, is like... In the canonization of the MCU comic that I'm referring to, he was never cast out of heaven in any way, shape, or form. He was just a misguided angel.
Right.
So that's why I do not call him a fallen angel.
So he's a misguided angel. Period. Alright.
That's where my enunciation of this comes from.
Alright, so he's not fallen, he's just misguided. He's just a dick, like everyone else in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, 100%.
There you go! Marvel Universe, this guy's a... Marvel Universe, these people are dicks. Even the nicest person in the Marvel Universe can be a dick.
Yeah, because, like, if memory serves, it's been a hot second since I've read this comic. But I stand pretty firm on fucking what I remember reading, is the fact that it's like, he had a squad of angels, and that fucking Danny Ketch was the champion they chose to sit there and deal with the Ghost Rider problem. They granted him the power to sit there and basically negate or fucking destroy other Rider entities. Hence the war on the Ghost Riders. So, like, Danny Ketch was at the far, and he had a fucking, like, salvo of angels behind him, all led by this one fucking angel. And I forget what the angel's name was, but it was like... the angels weren't that important except for the leader angel, and I don't even remember his name, because it came down to more of an argument. It was like, who's the better rider, which was Danny Ketch or Johnny Blaze, and at the end it was like, they teamed up and said, fuck you, Angel!
Like, we're all riders, baby. This biker club don't distinct one from another. We're all great.
But I guess that even by that canonization, if you really get into it, then there's like, you know, the only like riders that matter in the Marvel universe then is like technically the 2 players, Johnny and Danny.
Yeah.
Because more or less, a lot of the fucking riders in that fucking war were actually killed off by Danny.
Because I do remember the Ghost Rider that was a trucker.
Yeah.
And then inside his freaking caravan thing, there's like a shit ton of other Ghost Riders like who did not have a ride, which was hilarious to me. There was I remember seeing a Viking one that had like the Viking ship, and I looked like that's DOS on that one. I can already tell. The Viking ship Ghost Rider made me laugh. Like I'm waiting till like, you know, the scene just panels out. Like there's a jack-o'-lantern guy like right there in the back. I could just see DOS just laughing, his maniacal laugh before he jumps and dive bombs down.
I mean, I don't know how to take this combo, but yes.
Like, it's all I picture, just DOS in the background somewhere. In every panel, like, oh, here's this Ghost Rider, here's this Ghost Rider, here's this Ghost Rider, here's that Ghost Rider, and here's my race. DOS just frowns audibly. He's in a panel, but he's frowning. His jack-o'-lantern just frowning. Just looking at him with this look of disgust. Like, Soul Eater. Every time someone mentions Excalibur, that is the face I see Dawson's Jack-o'-lantern make. Every time is like, you. Just heart, like the Lady Ghost Riders I just see him with hard eyes.
Well, actually, I think I have that comic where it's like the What If Rider, where it's basically if Barbara actually became the Rider instead of Johnny.
Why was that not in Marvel's What If?
Because Ghost Rider's not been made canon yet.
Fucking MCU, fucking Disney's bullshit. Yeah, alright.
You asked.
Yeah, I asked. I didn't like the answer.
I didn't say you liked the answer, I just said you asked.
The goddamn Marvel and their fucking bullshit. The Disney, their fucking bullshit.
Well, technically.
Shut up! Thank you.
Some kind of monster is attacking us.
They didn't own the rights to the Rider up until lately. Kind of like how they didn't own the rights to Blade up until lately.
Because that was New Line Cinema.
Yep. Same as Rider.
I thought Rider was Fox.
Nope.
Okay then.
I will double check, but I'm about 90% certain it was New Line.
Yeah, because like New Line Cinema was Blade, and Fox Marvel had a lot of stuff. Hell, one of their first movies was Spider-Man and X-Men. Yes, that's checks.
Yep, pretty much. No, that director, producers, art direction. Care about that part. Give the overview. MDB, that's probably where I need to go. Just get a fucking answer for what I'm looking for. Hello, give me a breakdown. Letter, correction, boss office.
While we're young.
I'm trying, man. Fucking, they got the shit buried.
How buried is it?
Apparently enough. That's making it fucking annoying.
Ready? Go!
Yeah, those of you guys watching the Peanut Gallery over there in the comment section, which company actually did Ghost Rider? Was it Fox or New Line Cinema?
That was a nail biter. Keep an eye on this matchup.
There we go, Wikipedia. That's what I was trying to get to, but it would not give it to me. Oh, Sony Pictures.
Oh, well, we were both wrong on that one.
Well, oof. Filming it with negative reviews from critics, but the box office was a success.
I can see that.
I can totally see that, actually.
The goddess of truth, Otoma Raga, stands in the way.
Originally, Johnny Depp was, like, expressed interest to be the Ghost Rider.
So we would have Captain Jack Sparrow as the rider.
I can kind of see it, to be honest with you.
I just picture him trying to pick up a bottle of rum and it's just basically evaporating before you can get to drink and just sad.
Alright, so here's a quote I haven't heard of yet, and like now I'm kind of interested in.
Alright.
There's a quote directly from Nicolas Cage. Instead of a hard-drinking and smoking badass Johnny Blaze, Nicolas Cage decided to give him more depth. I'm playing him more as someone who made this deal and he's trying to avoid confronting it. anything you can do to keep it away from him. Cage explained that Blaze's stunt riding was a form of escape and a way to keep him connected to his deceased father.
Okay.
I have not heard that yet, I'm not gonna lie. But even then, I'm sitting there looking at it like, that's still fucking horrible. But anyway. Like, honestly, that's one of the reasons, like, not... let me go back to a fucking line here. Not the hard-drinking, smoking badass, but the fact is, like, he felt human as Johnny Blaze.
And that turned you off to him?
No. I mean, actually, it's the exact opposite. That's one of the reasons I actually, like, really, like, identify with the character in a broader sense. It's the fact it's like, oh, well, it's like, this is just some jackass who fucking, he got on a bad deal and he's trying to make the best of the scenario kind of thing.
Ah.
あなたたちにも聞こえるでしょう。大地の精霊の声。
ああ、すべてに渇きを与える砂の。
そして荒廃していく大地の苦しみがな。
Yeah, that's it. They're on a nature walk together. The end.